In today's video, we're going to be talking about some tuner cars that I would like to see added into GTA 5 Online. I know we just did a video on some other cars I would like to see, but those are more hypercars and just supercars that are really cool. Now let's talk about some of the tuner cars. Now we do have a few in-game, like for instance, the LG Retro Custom, the Ballista Canjo, and of course the one I'm driving, the Penumbra FF. Those are all really nice cars, and when they were all released, we all loved them. And I really wish Rockstar would add some more. So the ones on this list are some that I think a lot of people would love to see in the game, and some that I would love to see as well. So if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to smash a thumbs up on it. It would let me know if you guys want to see more, and stay tuned for giveaways. With that said, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. By the way, most of the cars in this video I want to see added to Benny's Automotive as well, but first up is the Nissan 370Z. Now, I think Rockstar screwed up on this car a lot. They added the Apocalypse version of the car, but what they should have done is added a base model to it first. For instance, imagine the LG, and then you can upgrade it to the LG Retro Custom. You should have had the 370, so the ZR380, and then you could have upgraded it to the Apocalypse version, Nightmare or Future Shock, instead of just buying that variant. Because so many people go out and they buy the Apocalypse version and they drive that around. And yeah, it looks pretty nice, but there's still that armor plating on it that you cannot take off, and it's kind of annoying. So if we just had the base model of this car, just like it looks like in this video, it would have been perfect, because then we would just have a regular car, and then nobody would have to buy the Arena War versions and be disappointed looking at all this armor plating and everything. Like, it just looks a lot nicer. The cars are very, very similar, but I would much rather have a car without armor plating on it, and then I'd be able to upgrade it with actual performance mods and other cosmetic mods that I would put on the car. Not some crazy shit like these gigantic, I don't even know, like these chopper blades on the sides, and then like this giant roll thing that looks like a meat grinder on the front. Like, we don't want that stuff. We want like a custom front bumper, custom skirts, we want a nice spoiler, we want to throw a turbo, maybe a supercharger. Obviously on this car I would put a turbocharger and stuff like that. So I think Rockstar screwed up. They should have released this car into the game, and then we could upgrade it into the Apocalypse version at the Arena War Workshop. It would have been a lot better, but I would love to see the 370Z or the Nismo version added into GTA 5 in the near future. If you want skins and V-Bucks in Fortnite, want to become max level in Call of Duty, need money in GTA 5, or anything else for a ton of other games, check out Digazani down below in the description and get 10% off your order by using code FROLICS at checkout. Next up is going to be the Honda S2000. Now, apparently this car in-game resembles the Benefactor Serrano and the Banshee 900R, or I guess just the regular Banshee. I don't think it does at all, but I would love to see the S2000 in GTA 5. It's already a pretty rare car in real life. I rarely ever see them driving around on the streets, and they're just a really nice small tuner car. And like I said, all the cars on this list I want to see added to Benny's. I don't want them to just be regular cars that we can just go and buy and customize them at the custom shop. I want to bring them into Benny's and put some actual cool mods on them and make them look crazy, because we haven't received too many Benny's cars. I would love it if Rockstar would just let us put a ton of vehicles into Benny's so we could really customize our cars and make them look crazy cool. But the S2000 is another great example of a car we need in GTA 5. It's just one of those tuner cars that I think is really awesome. It's a really small little car, and it's obviously a lot better than the Miata in my opinion. But I just love it. I think it's a really nice car, and I would love to see it added in the game. Next up, we have the Mazda RX7. I see so many people customizing the Banshee 900R into the Mazda RX7. I have to admit, the body styles are kind of similar. There's obviously a lot of key differences, but the RX7 is one of those iconic cars that I think would be perfect in GTA 5 Online, and I really, really, really want one, because I just think it's a beautiful car. And I've always loved it since I've seen it in Fast and Furious. It was my first drift car that I had in the Crew 2, and I still use it a lot when I'm doing drift races in that game. And I would love to have it in GTA 5, because I've just been a huge fan of this car. Like, my three top cars that I love that are just like old classic cars, I guess, but not really classic in that way, but it's pretty much the R34, the Supra, and the RX-7. Those are my three favorite cars, and if I could own any of them, I would just want them all, to be honest. Like, I love all of them equally, but like, this car is just a beautiful car, and I think it needs to be in GTA 5. That's it. Next up is going to be an Evo X. I love this car. I think it's amazing. And in GTA 5, it does resemble the Kuruma just a little bit, I believe, on the front end. Not really too much on the rear, but I think it's a really nice car. And it's another great example of something I would love to see added into Benny's, because you could put so many cool mods onto it. And just imagine if Rockstar did add all of the cars on this list, plus a couple more, Imagine having a race in the game. Like, they make a new series of races. They're not stunt races, they're like tuner races. And they're on the roads, no stunt tracks or anything like that, just basic stuff. And then you can only use these specific cars. All of the tuner cars, you can upgrade them, customize them however you want, and then everybody just goes in races on the road like how it used to be in regular land races. I think it would be awesome, and it would just be a really, really cool car to have in the game too. I personally love it, and I really wish Rockstar would just add it into the game. Like I said before with the Elegy, how you can customize that into the Elegy Retro Custom, literally turning a newer car into an older car. That would be awesome. If we can just take some of the older cars in GTA 5 and bring them into there and make them into these cars, or just adding the new models into the game and bring them into Benny's, anything would work. But I just want to have some of these cars in the game. It would make it a lot more fun for me, and I know a lot of you guys would love it as well. Next up is going to be a WRX STI. Now, I'd be okay with having the hatchback version, and I'd be okay with having the regular sports sedan. But honestly, we just need one of them. And I'm okay with having this model, the older model, because I think it looks really, really nice. And even the newer ones, like a 2016 model. I think those ones are honestly just really, really nice. And I would love to have them in the game. I think they're another really, really cool car. And honestly, I've just been going on about the exact same stuff. Just these cars. These are the cars that I want to see in GTA 5. Like, I don't really know why we don't have them. And I think it would be awesome to see them. And honestly, if you guys think of any other cars that you would love to see in the game, be sure to comment them down below. Not counting hypercars or anything like that, literally just tuner cars. Comment the specifics of you'd want this car in the game, you'd want to be able to put specific mods onto it and stuff like that, if you'd want to bring it into Benny's and things like that. Because honestly, the cars are just really nice. And for instance, look at the Centennial right in front of me. Like, imagine bringing that thing into Benny's and then customizing it into like an older, like 1990s BMW M4 or M3, and then you could customize it and make it look awesome. It's not vehicle specific to just the cars that I showed in this video. Like, literally anything. Like, for instance, this Dominator that's right there, taking that into Benny's and making it into like a 1969 Mustang, something like that. I don't know, but I think they're all really nice cars, and I would love to see them added into GTA 5 in the future. But anyways, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of it, and be sure to comment the cars that you guys want to see down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.